And a good Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. He is Big Joseph Dubin. I am Charles McCabe alongside Nicholas Frazier behind the glass on this Tuesday. Hope you're having a great start to your day so far. What's up, JoJo?
I don't recognize where we are today. I had to
I
get
know.
my
I was like, where is
GPS
this
out.
place?
I'm like, radio station in studio. Where's that? And then figured it out. So, we're going to have a fun show today, though, man. I'm excited about today's show.
We're packed and stacked today. We'll tell you about some Thanksgiving stuff coming up in this hour. We'll have Tim Hasselbeck at the top in the next hour. Double J, Jeff Jarrett will be in studio with us at 1:30, and Moose from the Harlem Globetrotters will be here at 2 o'clock as well.
Well done. Also at 12:30, tell you about a special event happening Thursday that we need your help on. It's always as a special day, and we'll tell you about that on Thanksgiving Day, how you could help others and help feed others on a day where we give thanks.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. Gonna be fun. It is a short week. This is our last full show of the week. Tomorrow we'll be on for a little bit, I think, after Vanderbilt basketball plays in the Battle for Atlantis tournament, which is always a big Thanksgiving tournament.
Who are they playing tomorrow? Do we know?
They are playing Western Kentucky.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So they go 800 miles to play a team 64 miles away. Love it.
Yep. I mean, why not?
Where are they? In Bahamas?
Wherever Atlantis is.
Yeah, the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So they will play. They play Western, and then I can look up the.
Oh, it's all good, man. Don't worry about that, pal.
The bracket. Well, now I'm curious. You had me curious.
Easy.
I don't know. I'll look it up later. But anyway, yeah. So that'll be tomorrow.
Easy. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And with this week, it's a short week. Everybody's traveling and going places, but all eyes Saturday, 2:30, Knoxville, our time. And the game's right here on 1025 The Game.
It is on 94.9 The Fan, as you said. No, it will be on both due to our relationship and contractual obligations. If the game is not over by 5:45, which it won't be, it will conclude on 94.9 The Fan. But you can hear it on both up until that point.
Good.
And I will say this publicly: the Predators have been awesome about tweaking some pregame times and everything this year because of this run that Vandy's been on, and so trying to do all we can do, the best of both worlds.
It'll be I'm telling you, man, I'm excited. I was reading about some stuff about it today. I mean, just the history of this game. It's been so lopsided for so many years, and Vanderbilt's kind of made it a competition before Clark Lee got here, but Heupel's never lost to Vanderbilt. Yeah. So much at stake on Saturday. The fact that Tennessee could just crush Vanderbilt's playoff hopes. At the same time, Vanderbilt could absolutely ruin Tennessee's season and go forward. But it's not only this game. I mean, you got drama. Like, I have some really good Alabama friends who say that if DeBoer loses to Auburn, they're done. I mean, they are absolutely done with him. And I said, your football team rolled through four top 20 wins.
They're full of it. Like they're not going to fire him if they lose to Auburn.
They'll be done with him.
They can be done. They can be done with him all they want. They're not going to fire him.
And this is a lot of people speaking about this. And I think
name names.
I think one Nani Frazier.
No, that's not her last name. That's not it. But there was number one, that's false. Number two is the lady that was trying to win the lottery. Remember, it was like up to $1 billion. And she goes, my first thing of order, I'm going to fire the AD and fire DeBoer because that ain't it. And then I'm going to go on an island somewhere.
That's crazy. But the stat came out today. I think within the first 2 years, every new Alabama coach has lost to Auburn. Like Saban lost to him. Gene Stallings lost to him. Mike DuBose lost to him. Shula lost to him, and now this is DeBoer. DeBoer could break his streak of being the first coach in a long time who's not lost to Auburn in his first 2 seasons. That game is at night and at Jordan-Hare. I mean, that is off the chain. What's going to happen?
I cheer for chaos, so War Eagle. And
okay,
that's how I feel.
Here comes the wrath.
Yeah, probably. We do have a lot of college football that you can hear on these airwaves. Or any of our stations throughout the weekend. Black Friday, if you're out running around, Dr. Crane and Connor Newt will be on the air 8 to 11:30. If Vanderbilt is still in the Battle for Atlantis tournament, which we are hoping they will be, that coverage would begin at 11:30. If they're not, unfortunately, then they will go to noon, and you can hear Georgia Tech starting at the end of the basketball game, and then Preds and Blackhawks that night over on 94.9 The Fan and Sports Talk 8:30 at 6 o'clock. Texas A&M.
Ooh, man, there's a lot of dreams to be crushed this weekend. Texas could really salvage their season and possibly get to the college football playoff if they knock off A&M.
They'd have a chance.
They'd have a chance. They'd have, if they win and Tennessee wins, Texas will win over Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah,
and I hate that. But again, head to head, 10-2, 9-3, your quality wins. Does Texas have a quality win? They beat Vanderbilt in the top 20. That was it.
Yeah, I mean probably Vanderbilt.
Now they'd have the win over the number 3 team in the country. And Vanderbilt really doesn't have a. That's why Tennessee winning was vital, because they're now a top 20 team. I mean, at the time, South Carolina, LSU, Missouri were all there, but they've all. I mean, at the time they were top 20, and so they all kind of spiraled after that. But as far as Texas goes, this will be their quality win. I would hate to see the very average Arch Manning get in the college football playoffs all over the very dynamic Diego Pavia.
I agree. I mean, like seriously, to sit here and go, man, my team that I have cheered for since I was a kid that has historically been bad went, 9-3 this year. And we're going to have to settle for what, I don't even know what a top tier bowl is. It's not the playoff now, but the Cheez-It Bowl or whatever. And it's like that would in many years would be super exciting.
Yeah.
And this year would be an absolute disappointment.
Absolutely would. And look, we love, and I heard Robbie and Rick show this morning, and Joe made a great point. The last place Vanderbilt wants to go or needs to go is Music City Bowl. You want to travel.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to, and Music City Bowl wants people to come to town as well, but Vanderbilt is deserved. If they go 10-2, don't make the playoffs, they deserve the Outback Bowl, the Gator Bowl, another big bowl like that to go to. They absolutely earned their right to get there to the bowl game. So, but you got to beat Tennessee on Saturday. That's the main thing.
Yep, and we're going to talk about that all week long. I mean, it's going to keep coming up. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Joseph, what is our question of the day?
So Thanksgiving's on Thursday, and I'm curious, do you watch a movie with your family on Thanksgiving? And the reason I ask, 38 years ago today, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles came out. And we laughed about it a little bit, but that movie has become so part of our culture. I'm just curious, on Thanksgiving, do you watch football or do you watch a movie with your family? For me, for many years, it was a movie, and now it's football. But I'm just curious, because of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and the release 38 years ago today, do you watch football or do you watch a movie with your family? That's the question. Gather. I bet you Dr. Crane watches a movie. No, he's on the phone.
Okay. I do both.
Okay, thank you.
I watch football. I mean, maybe that night I'll watch a movie, but like I'm football, and you know that I am going to be glued to a certain team.
Well, will you watch a movie that night though? You can do both. We do both.
Well, I'm going to be down in Mississippi with my family, so maybe.
Then what part of Mississippi we done there?
About 100 miles south of Memphis.
Man, that's down Tupelo. That's where Gladys and Vernon were down there one time, and I was like, "Hey," I said, "Mama," I said, "You gonna cook up some of that stuff?" She said, "Son, go out and play. I can make it you in a little bit." Okay, nice, man.
But yeah, I mean, I want to watch Bengals Ravens, but I mean, I tell everybody, I'm like, look, I'm all about the family stuff, and you tell me where to be and when to and all that stuff. When Chiefs Cowboys kicks off, though, I need a television because I want to watch my Cowboys. They play on Thanksgiving every year. It's just part of what I do.
Do you watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
I won't watch it on Thanksgiving, but I will watch it. I haven't watched it in a few years, so I'm ready.
Does it make you cry?
No.
Tell you, man, when he goes back to the train station and John Candy's sitting there and you realize it's all been a lie. I don't care if it's a spoiler. It's been up 38 years. You should watch it by now. And he realizes the whole time Dell was lying.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, and then the scene walking down the street with the case, it's more than a comedy. It's a life movie that just hits you right in the feels, man.
You know what my favorite scene is, though?
Two pillows?
No. You're bleeped.
Oh yeah, the rental car. Ferris Bueller's secretary from the movie. Yeah, that's a great one.
She delivers that so perfectly.
That's Edie McClurg, I think her name is. There's that great story to the John Candy. His agent said, you got to get in shape. You got to get in shape. So he ordered all this fitness equipment. They put it in the hotel, and that nobody ever touched it. They asked John Candy, like, you going to work out? He's like, no, I'm not. But my agent knows that all the equipment's there. I'm not going to touch any of that. They didn't do anything. Awesome. Just the whole movie was just really good.
That is fantastic. Yeah, but it does start the Christmas movie watching season. So, Christmas Vacation will be in there. I don't watch A Christmas Story because it's going to be on TBS.
You know what? I'm going to spin this. The movie Elf, I think, is one of the worst movies of all time. I've never laughed. I think it's stupid. And what's funny, there's a lot of people who are on my side with this. Yeah. Where do you stand?
So, this is a great subject we might have to carry over.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I think especially some Christmas movies, are god awful, but anytime they're on, I watch them.
So, but I need an answer there.
Elf is one of those. I agree with you. I don't think it's that great of a movie.
Thank you.
But I can't not watch it when it's on. I laugh. Like, I do laugh. Like, there are some funny parts in it.
I think it's just awful. Dr. Crane, the deciding vote here.
Look, it has a lot of great one-liners. It's a good watch. It doesn't get me over the hump.
All right, attaboy. Good.
You sound like you have just been coaching a 14 under AAU basketball tournament and have been yelling the whole time.
Yeah, that's essentially what I've been doing. I've been yelling at a bunch of little kids running up and down the court. They can't get the job done.
That's what you sound like right now.
You sound a little bit like
box out.
You sound a little bit like Miley.
Get the ball.
You sound a tad bit like Miley Cyrus. And I think that's very adorable. Right.
Yeah.
You sound just like her right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Can you say, Diddy, leave me alone?
Diddy, leave me alone.
That sounded more like Sling Blade.
Oh, man. Dr. Crane is Miley Cyrus.
But like A Christmas Story is like, but I have to watch it. It's not a great movie, but if I'm flipping through and it's on, I'll sit there and watch it for a second.
An underrated Christmas movie, Scrooged with Bill Murray.
That is a good one.
So good, the transformation. But Elf, I ain't watched. There's our question. Do you like Elf? I can't stand Elf.
Do you watch It's a Wonderful Life when it comes on?
Yes.
Because NBC shows it every year.
Yep. Is it on Christmas night or Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve.
Okay, yeah, I do.
They show it. I sit there and cry every time.
Yeah, John Mulaney, the comedian's got a great 10-minute spiel about that movie, and it's just fantastic. Just everybody that let him down.
Yeah,
George. Is it George? What's his George Bailey? No,
Bailey.
Oh yeah, everybody's let him
Jimmy
down.
Stewart.
Everybody's let him down during the movie, and it's so funny. And everybody does, man. I mean, but it's a great.
He's got the. I can't really do it.
Wow,
yeah.
Oh God. Wow, you just go to hell. You just go to. I mean, it'd be great if you do subtitles with cussing. You son of a. Right?
Christmas Sorrow?
Be all that. Whoa. Well, I watch the movie every Christmas Eve, but I'm busy with the playoff committee right now down in Dallas. So we'll see how the ratings come out tonight. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but Ohio State's going to be number one.
William says, whenever I watched Plane, Trains, and Automobiles with my dad, he made me fast forward the VHS through the Your Blank scene.
You see that? Son, grab that remote.
4704, favorite Christmas movie is Christmas with the Cranks. That's a funny one. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
That's Tim Allen and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen that one.
Yeah, that's a fantastic movie.
What's the one with Schwarzenegger that
Dan Aykroyd's in it too?
With Sinbad and Schwarzenegger in there. What is that one?
Oh, that's Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, that very funny movie.
That's a good one.
Much better than Elf. Much better than Elf.
All right, Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation to me is in the rafters. Like that's just the gold standard.
That movie, if you take Cousin Eddie out of it, it's a very average movie. He makes
probably
that's me.
Clark has some good one-liners though.
When Clark melts down, it's always good.
Yeah.
Because European Vacation was terrible. The original Vacation was fantastic. So I'll give you this one. but Cousin Eddie makes it for
when
me.
he I think one of the funniest lines in that whole movie that is very just deadpan is, "Look, Russ, no lines." like that big,
Yes.
and who plays Rusty?
Oh, hold on. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. It was
He's been on 2, technically 3 very popular television shows.
and does he have a restaurant here in town? He
Oh, I don't
owns
know.
Sundra or something. He's part of owner there.
Sundai?
Johnny Galecki, is that his name?
Johnny Galecki.
Yeah.
Was on Roseanne, and then Big Bang Theory,
That's it.
and then the Connors.
Yeah. I think there were 3 different Russes throughout.
So that's the joke, part of the joke of the whole of the whole series, that it was always Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo, but the kids were always somebody different.
Okay.
Like Audrey was what's her name?
Jeffrey Lewis's daughter. Lewis. She was
Jenna
in Cape Fear.
No, Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, the kids are always cast differently.
Yeah. What was Russ's the first Russ? He was in Breakfast Club and Johnny Be Good, and he ended up being on the Dead Zone with 30 years later playing that character. I see his face right now. 16 Candles, Farmer Ted.
He was in the Brat Pack, right?
Yeah. Come on.
Anthony Michael Hall.
There we go.
That's it.
Thank you, because he shared the same name with the guy that plays Dexter, and Dexter got to change his name.
Dana Barron was Audrey.
In the first one.
Yeah.
The second one, was it Dana Hill?
Maybe.
I think so. Then she passed away. She was always on Magnum PI all the time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I like it. We're in agreement that Elf sucks. I love it.
All right. 615-737-1025. So phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. We even got some college football on here in a little bit. We'll talk more about that and everything else. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Little Christmas Vacation bringing us back. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game. You know, there was another person that was in that movie that was also very well known for a television show.
She's the most awarded actress of all time.
Really?
I think she's won more. I know it's not comedy, but she's won more like Emmys and awards than any other female ever.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
That's correct.
This is who you're talking about. And again, there were some, I can't say them on the radio, but some pretty good one-liners directed towards her.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Where are you going to put that tree, Clark? And I'll let you do the rest. So that was a good one for sure. 615-737-1025. Joel says Big Joe sounded more like Christmas with Bane from Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I think Dr. Crane. I think he meant Dr. Crane because you sounded like Batman.
Yeah, don't take that
Where
kind
is
of.
she?
Yeah.
Where is she? Happy Thanksgiving.
I was born in the dark.
Matt says, Joe, you can't say if you take Cousin Eddie out, then it's an average movie. He's in it. That's like saying if you take Jordan off the Bulls, they're an average team.
They are. I can do whatever I want, buddy. It is my head. I can do whatever I want.
Caleb says Christmas Vacation and Jim Carrey's The Grinch are the two GOAT Christmas movies.
I've grown to like The Grinch. I didn't like it because I watched it a billion times with my daughter, but I'm getting there.
6181, you are the caller of the day or texter of the day. Die Hard is the best Christmas movie. Amen to that. It is awesome.
It is. It is a Christmas movie because they're at a Christmas party, right? When Hans Gruber takes over.
That's right. Mitch in Bellevue, Muppet Christmas Carol is my favorite Christmas movie. It was the first movie after Jim Henson passed. It all the Muppets being crazy, and Michael Caine plays Scrooge. As serious as a heart attack. That is a good one.
Well, we like to see just Oscar one time just lose it. I mean, just lose it. Just throw his trash can at Bert and Ernie. I mean, just go insane.
Justin says Elf is just not one of my favorites. I've seen it, and I don't have that urge to see it every season, like Home Alone 1 and 2 or Christmas Vacation. I'm just not that big of a fan of Will Ferrell. I think the thing with Will Ferrell movies is, again, we've talked about this, like Step Brothers is hilarious and very quotable, but the first time I saw it, I was like,
yeah. But
you got to see them. But then, like The Other Guys is a movie that gets funnier each time I watch it.
But there's more around him, like Step Brothers with the brother Derek and the dad that hates him, and everybody else that goes on. I mean, it's just that makes the movie. But Will Ferrell had an interview. They said, "You're gonna do Elf too?" He's like, "No," because it would be all you would think. It was like, how much money is Will Ferrell making for this? He's like, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make something dumb just to get a paycheck, because I would.
Well, sure. Wasn't James Caan? That's right. James Caan was his dad.
That's right.
And
Bob Newhart's in there. I mean, it's just not. Everybody goes gaga over that and dresses like that, and I'm like, it's not funny.
It's got funny parts. I think that's the best way to describe a lot of his movies. Like, it has funny parts, but overall, like Talladega Nights has funny parts.
Yeah. It is, but to me, I think Elf is one like, oh, everybody dress up like it and right to get together. I'm like, no.
Do you remember who Santa was in Elf?
I do not.
Edward Asner.
Oh, Ed Asner, Lou Grant.
Yep.
I just been so long.
Zoe Deschanel was in it. So the cast was good.
You're not getting me to watch it. I'm not going to do it.
You'll do what I tell you to do.
But Jingle All the Way, I'll watch that. I'm telling you, that's a really funny movie with Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Bob wants to weigh in real quick. Bob, what's up?
Hey, a couple of things real quick. Planes, Trains, Automobiles, best Thanksgiving movie. Best line is, how cold do you think it is? 1. But hey, I got 2 movies I don't know if you've ever seen. One, a great Christmas movie with Dennis Leary called The Ref.
Nope, didn't see it.
It is great. Dennis Leary is a house burglar. He breaks in his house with Kevin Spacey and his wife, who are the biggest dysfunctional family you can find. You got to watch it. It's really good. And the other one, you were talking about John Candy. Have you watched the documentary I Like Me by Kyle Hanks?
It's so well done that I don't think a documentary could be done any better than that.
That was probably one of the best. I mean, you talking about earlier about crying? I was bawling at that, man. That was such a great production.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you got to watch The Ref. No one talks at Christmas, but it's a Christmas movie and it's absolutely hilarious with Dennis Leary.
I'll do it. Thank you,
All
brother.
right. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. JoJo, what we got coming up next?
So there's a special event happening Thursday at the Donaldson Cafe where, man, over the last couple of years, they fed thousands of people. They're doing it again on Thursday, and that's when we get the word out to people. If you need some place to go on Thursday, this is the place to be. So Martin Dickerson, the owner of Donaldson Cafe, will join us next, talk about what you can do and how you can be involved on Thursday.
We will do that next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Thanksgiving just a couple of days away, and JoJo has a great message that he wants to spread.
Well, it's not only me, but the community comes together to help feed people and take care of people. And they do it every year. And that's why I love promoting what happens at the Donaldson Cafe for our next guest, Mark Dickerson. He's the owner over there. Mark, good afternoon to you. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. Tell us about Thursday and what people can do. And your heart is so big, my man, for what you do on Thursday. Tell us what's going on Thursday at the Donaldson Cafe.
Well, we're going to be feeding about 1,200 folks, I hope. Our chef has been cooking and carving turkeys for a couple of days, and we got a lot of food over here. We're ready to feed some hungry people.
Again, it's Donaldson Cafe and Catering, 108 Donaldson Pike, right there. And it's pretty simple. I've been honored to help you guys out the last couple of years and do that 11 to 2. And we always send the message, Mark, no questions asked, right? You can come in and get something to go or come inside and sit in fellowship, right?
Absolutely. It's a community-wide gathering. We'll have complimentary meals in our dining room, or they can drive through our drive-through and pick them up. So it's a traditional Thanksgiving meal: turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, gravy. Don't forget that pumpkin pie, and it's all complimentary.
Mark, how many years now you've been doing this?
This is our 9th year, Joe.
9th year, and it's sad and happy because you started out feeding just a couple hundred people, but now it's gotten well over 1,000, and it kind of breaks your heart. But at the same time, you see the community come together to help feed people, right?
Absolutely. It's morphed into not only a way to feed hungry people, but it's a community-wide gathering and celebration now. We have entertainment on the stage all day long. We'll have dignitaries and people coming in, special guests. It's really turned into be a celebratory day to be thankful and feed folks.
Again, this is the 9th annual Truly Thankful Thanksgiving at the Donaldson Cafe, 108 Donaldson Pike. And again, I like hammer home the point, no questions asked. I mean, people pull up, you just give them food, love on them for a little bit, right? That's the point of all this.
That's going to be your job out there.
I like getting yelled at by old people who try to run me over in the parking lot. But that's okay. I know it's all in good. Talk about the donations you've got, Mark, because people drop off turkeys, and how can people still help you guys?
Well, they have been dropping off turkeys. It's been a turkey cooking couple of weeks here at the Donaldson Cafe. We got all those done. People still want to donate. We've got a link up on our Facebook page for PayPal and for Venmo. They can leave a donation there. They can come by and see us and pick up a meal and leave a donation. So we appreciate whatever they can do.
How cool is it, Mark, when people come by and leave a donation and don't take any food because they just want to make sure they can give back to the community?
People helping people.
That's it. Mark, thank you again. 11 to 2, Thursday, no questions asked, Donaldson Cafe. Come by and eat. We'd love to see you inside or come by out, whatever. Just come by, right?
Come by and eat some turkey. We got lots of it.
I love it, man. Mark, thank you, man, for what you do for the community. I appreciate you, pal.
Thank you, sir. See ya.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Mark Dickerson, Donaldson Cafe and Catering this Thursday, 11 to 2, 108 Donaldson Pike. Just pull up there. There'll be people directing you where to go. I'll be out in the parking lot all day and making sure
parking cars too.
I'm not parking cars because I'll go through your car. I'll do that. To do that. Again, no questions asked. We're just going to tell you how much Jesus loves you and how much we love you. So come by Thursday, 11 to 2. Please come by there and do that. And it's heartwarming, but it's kind of tough because you see so many people that come by and just want to be with people on Thursday. So it's really cool that this is happening. And there are things like this happening all across Middle Tennessee, but this is the one close to me and dear to my heart. So Donaldson Cafe and Catering, 108 Donaldson Pike this Thursday, 11 to 2. No one should go hungry any day of the year, especially on Thanksgiving. You know, I'm a big believer that you got to earn a lot of things in life, but I'm also a big believer that everybody deserves to eat. Everybody deserves to eat every single day. So I'm proud to be part of this.
Favorite Thanksgiving side?
Oh God, for years it was you. Let's see.
I thought it was just a side piece.
Family show.
All over. I guess stuffing, does that not qualify? Pecan pie? I don't know, man. What's yours?
Green beans. My dad's green beans were my favorite.
I guess
actually both my parents. My mom makes a really good batch of green beans, and so does my dad. So
They
Either
put
one.
little pieces of ham or
Yeah,
Okay.
it's usually like a hog joel or that they cut up.
Yeah.
put in it.
I got
Mom
okay.
does ham. That's what.
Okay,
that
I guess I'll piggyback on you. Green beans. Yeah, stuffing's too. That's not really side.
Now I will say this, and I will fight anybody that disagrees with me. So everything is homemade on Thanksgiving, except for one thing, and it was my favorite. And again, I will fight you on this, and that is the cranberry casserole stuff out of the can.
Ugh.
I loved it.
Oh,
That's fine. We can meet in the parking lot and fight about that.
Dr. Crane, you like cranberry?
Cranberry sauce. That's what.
Yeah,
It
a family friend of ours, Nancy, she makes a great cranberry casserole.
Love
she puts a
Nancy.
little oatmeal in there. It's delicious. No, but what I really do like, it's hash brown casserole or mac and cheese. Go with the heavy carb there. Some people, it might not be a popular opinion, love me some sweet potato casserole with a little bit of
Why is that
cinnamon.
not? I think everybody likes that, right?
Not everybody.
All right. Well, you should come by. You guys come by Thursday if you're not doing anything.
I'll see
Say
if I
hi.
can make it.
There's no. I told you this. I'm Yoda to you. There's no. I'll see. I will do that.
Thank
Again,
you, William Shatner.
That's okay on that. Being said, switching gears real quick, Chaser. I want to bring this up. A little sports talk for you. So the NFL Hall of Fame has come out to the semifinalists, right?
Yep.
And we're just going to go through these. And there's a lot of guys that should not be in the Hall of Fame on that should not even be considered. Quarterback, just a yes or no. Drew Brees,
Yes.
Eli Manning.
Yes. He won 2 Super Bowls. I know there's going to be an argument, but yes.
Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
He didn't win 2.
Phillip Rivers.
Yes.
Those 3, who gets in this year?
Drew.
Drew Brees. 2 running backs make the list. Frank Gore and Fred Taylor.
Yes for Frank Gore. No, Fred Taylor.
Does Frank Gore not winning a Super Bowl hurt him?
Probably, but it shouldn't if you look at the number. Like if you look at the longevity and the numbers, isn't he like 3rd?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, like the numbers tell you everything, I think.
Wide receiver, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Torrey Holt. That's a no.
That's a no. Yeah. That's a
Steve
tough one.
Smith Sr.
No.
Hines Ward.
Yes.
Really?
I think that, again, and I don't know if they should or they shouldn't, but the Super Bowls will help him.
Reggie Wayne. He's not a
No.
first-timer.
No. Unfortunately, I mean, I think he gets in eventually based on who he played with,
But not this year.
but not this year.
This next one is absolutely unanimous, and if you disagree, you're dumb. Jason Witten.
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Adam Vinatieri.
Yes.
He was on there last year. didn't he?
Vinatieri.
I go with the Italian accent, right?
Vinatieri.
Vinatieri. Right.
Gabagool in there, yeah.
Offensive lineman. None of these will get in. Willie Anderson, Lomas Brown, Jahar Evans, Richmond Webb, Steve Wisniewski, Marshall Yanda. None will get in.
Probably not.
Richmond Webb should absolutely get in. From Texas A&M, he protected Marino's backside for decades. He should get in, but he won't. Defensive lineman, none of these should get in. Robert Mathis, Vince Wilfork, Kevin Williams.
I think Vince should get in. Did he win? Did he win 2?
I don't think he was a dynamic player. I think he just blocked up the middle, and that's it. Linebacker, Luke Kuechly, Terrell Suggs.
Argument for Suggs, but I'd say no on both.
Yep. These DBs, no. Rodney Harrison, Earl Thomas, Darren Woodson.
I think Rodney should get in.
I do not think he was just a good player, but wasn't
okay,
great.
all right. But let me ask you this. At the time, in that era, a hitman like a Blaine Bishop or Rodney Harrison, I mean, that was the player.
Right.
I mean, I think that should count for something because he was one of the best.
I think Blaine was better than Rodney Harrison.
I agree. But I mean,
And I think Rodney Harrison only gets on here because of what he does every Sunday night.
no,
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
He won 3 Super Bowls.
He's not a Hall of Famer. He's a really good player.
Okay,
It's the Hall of Fame.
that's fine.
So with this list, Drew, Frank Gore, Fitzgerald, Jason Witten, we all agree on.
Yeah.
But they're going to take like 6 or 7 of those guys.
Well, they're probably you got to count for the senior committee and all that stuff.
Well, this is just not the senior guy. This is just those guys that are.
But I mean,
eligible.
that counts towards the class. So I think because I don't think they put more than like 7.
Let's see. Reggie Wayne, Steve Smith, Fred Taylor, Eli Vinatieri and Marshall Yanda and
Yanda may get in.
Keekly, Terrell Suggs, and Darren Woodson were all eligible, were semifinalists last year and didn't get there. I just think Drew gets in. Eli, not now, but one day will get in there. And then, but Larry Fitzgerald, absolutely.
And Rivers, I think one day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, that's going to be hit on him that he didn't win, but Marino didn't either. But
well, here's my question. Do you think that maybe they just, and I don't think they'll do this, but could they potentially just say, we know we need to put them all in, so they just knock the 3 quarterbacks out at one time? Like Eli and Phillip Rivers are synonymous with each other because that was the trade.
Yeah.
Like, do you just go ahead and put them all in?
I don't, because don't we have is next year Brady and Roethlisberger?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a backup there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like
Eli does not deserve to get
like
in
if
right
you
now.
keep kicking the can down the road on Eli or Rivers, like Breeze should be first ballot.
Yeah.
Breeze needs to go in.
Yeah.
But like if you keep kicking the can down the road, eventually you're going to run into a log jam.
Well, didn't a receiver was the same? Like Chris Carter didn't get in for a while. The receivers did not get in for a while because there was just such a bunch of great players there.
I think that's a part of like Larry Fitzgerald is not first ballot, I don't think.
This is first year on the ballot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was on last year.
No, first year. Witten, Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers are first-time semifinalists.
So you know what I think might happen? Witten may not get in this year. He should, but he may not.
But he's only tied in on here. That's the only tight end that's been but I think one of the coaches like Holmgren I think might be up for it, and then we could talk Belichick. We could talk to Tim Hasselbeck about Holmgren because that was his brother's quarterback at Seattle. But it's just I don't know. I think now you're
Green Bay.
You're forcing guys in there that really because you got to fill spots. I don't think most of these guys. I mean, they're great players. I think Eddie George's a great player. He's not a Hall of Fame guy, not at all. So,
which is just like, what's interesting about that? If they win that game, they win that Super Bowl. Eddie's probably in. There's probably more of an argument for Steve.
Yeah, it's a whole different dynamic.
And Derek. Like I think those three. And my argument with Derek, and I know people either agree with this or disagree with this. My argument for Derek is you have to include the special teams. And I think people are looking at him as strictly a wide receiver. You have to factor in early in his career the special teams, and I just don't think they do that.
No, and I agree. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are on the list that aren't there.
Yes, I'm biased, but
yeah, you are. Like, it's fine to do that. Yeah. They just don't award guys like that the same way they do. And that's the things like it should be like hitting right off the top of your head, like, oh, Hall of Famer. Jackson Witten is not a Hall of Famer. Get out of here, man. Witten played, 17, 18 years at such a high level? And I'm not a Cowboys fan at all, but, man, that guy was a go-to. You talk about Romo talking about him. Witten is not a Hall of Famer. Fight me. All right, Jackson. We're located off of Music Row. Come by and say hi.
I'll pull up. I'm going to pull up some numbers on that because I'm curious of where things stand there. We'll have more coming here in hour number 1. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Takes me back to Key West.
I heard a guy karaoke this and just killed.
It was awesome.
Killed it. Killed the whole everybody there. Everybody's on their knees, going crazy.
It was awesome. Dr. Crane was already about 6 hours into sleep.
I was, yeah.
It was.
At that point.
Then Al Roker played some weird version of this before I got on the stage, and then I was like, "What is this?" It was awful. He said, "Oh, my bad. I didn't read that right." I'm like, what were you showing there? Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Back here, chasing Big Joe. All right, so in the argument for Jason Witten in the Hall of Fame, because Jackson just wants to fight everybody and says Rivers is not a Hall of Famer, neither is Witten. According to Pro Football Reference, which is a very good source, they have the Hall of Fame monitor for the tight end position. Jason Witten is above the average Hall of Fame tight end. He is yardage-wise, receiving yards, is second all time behind Tony Gonzalez. Now, Travis Kelce's probably going to pass that, but he may not, actually. He's going to have to do some work, but he could pass that. But he has more receiving yards than Dave Casper, Antonio Gates, Shannon Sharp, Gronk, and Travis Kelce.
All Hall of Famers.
Tony Gonzalez has over 15,000. Touchdown-wise, he is let's see. Antonio Gates has the most with 116, then Gonzalez with 111, Gronk with 92, Kelce with 81, and then Witten with 74. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is. I think first ballot, no-brainer Hall of Famer.
I mean, if they don't make him first ballot, but he's second in receptions, second in yards, fifth in touchdowns, first in games played. He has 271 games.
Right.
Gonzalez has 270.
Keep talking. I mean, and I hope when he goes in, he brings that toupee he had with him that he wore on Monday Night Football as well, which was god awful. But I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer in the National Football League. Because what
he had 16 of his 17 years he was a starter.
At tight end.
He was selected to the Pro Bowl 11 times, which is second to Gonzalez.
To see how many times he was all Pro Bowl to me doesn't mean anything. It's the All Pro.
He was All Pro. I'm sorry, he was All Pro twice.
That's it?
Yeah.
Disgusting. It's more than that.
Gonzalez, how many do you think Gonzalez was?
8.
6.
6.
And then Kelce, Gronk, Shannon Sharp, and Dave Casper were 4. Antonio Gates was 3.
Antonio Gates was All Pro only 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
Yep.
I believe he's going to prison, if I'm not mistaken, because of the whole gambling thing with the NBA.
Antonio Gates?
Yeah, the tight end.
Is he?
Yeah, I saw some online about that he was tied into all that stuff.
Tied in or tight end to that stuff? You're welcome. Antonio Gates is going to jail?
I don't. Are you sure?
I could be wrong, but
I think you might.
I think
I'll go
wrong.
read it again if I find it.
I think you're thinking of something else or someone else. Because I'm not saying anything.
I would have seen Antonio Gates like that. Hit the dump button for the last 2 minutes.
Please check that.
Yes.
Let's go to Kenny the mailman. Kenny, what's up?
Hello, good friends. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Wanted to bring some up before I do. Thank y'all. I know this is a season of being thankful and grateful. Y'all get me through a lot of hot days and a lot of cold days, and I listen every day because you're not the usual sports show. Oh, what's the point spread? Who's playing this week, that week? I love y'all's list, your favorite memories, your top 10 of this and that. And you're more than a show. You're just seem like friends talking to me every day.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you.
You are appreciated. Now, I want to let people know how grateful and thankful I am for this football season, being a Vandy fan, because I have never experienced this before. We've always laughed with my wife and I said, if we could just have one great year so we'll know what it feels like for these other teams, that'll be all we ask. I don't need 10, I don't need 15, but it has been so special. And to me, Saturday is even more special to me than being part of the college football playoffs. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy, but listen to this. How many manned lunar landings have there been, Joe? Chase, do y'all know?
3.
I think it's been 6.
Oh,
Since I've been alive, I'm 63 as a Vanderbilt fan. Vandy has just won 4 times in Knoxville. So statistically speaking, it's harder to land on the moon than for Vandy to win in Knoxville. And I mean, literally, we've been at the games up there where we were frozen. We were on the top row to those aluminum benches because there was nothing to stand and cheer for. It'd be like 48-3, 55-9. And I have no connection with Vanderbilt other than as a kid, we would sell programs over there, and there was nothing else to do. That was
right.
a big deal.
But I would tell you, though, Kenny, I mean, the 87 year, they were up big time, and Reggie Cobb came back and beat Vanderbilt in 87. 89, Vanderbilt lost 17-10. They were driving in, and my good friend Brad Gaines dropped the pass on 4th down. They were driving in. And then 2007, they were up in the 4th quarter. Was it like 23-10 or something, and lost the lead?
Yeah.
So they've had their heart broken in Knoxville 3 or 4 times when they had the game in their hand. But this is the first time these two teams have ever been ranked at the same time playing. And I mean, there's so much at stake. I don't think Hollywood could have written a script like this.
Well, it's been very enjoyable. And I was listening earlier when you were talking about it. Alabama fans want to fire this guy. Other fans want to fire that guy. They are so spoiled and jaded. They have no idea what it means to support a team through bad years. They might have a bad month, but people need to, and I just wanted to let y'all know how thankful I was. Hey, appreciate y'all, and y'all have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Kenny. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. We'll continue this because we'll ask Tim. I want to get Tim's thoughts on this too. He's coming up next. Tim Hasselbeck, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Having fun. Week of Thanksgiving. We say hello now to Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst and the head coach of the Ainsworth Tigers. Tim, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. Before we get into today's current topics, I want to ask your opinion, because Joe and I were just talking about this. I guess the Hall of Fame, is it semifinalists that we're at now, or
yes,
whatever? Yeah, that have come out, and Jason Witten is one of those guys. I feel Joe feels Witten should be a lock to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, whether he's first ballot or not, I don't know. I think he's a Hall of Famer. We've had a few people argue with us that he is not. Looking at a lot of his numbers compared to guys like Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez, I think he's second in receptions and receiving yards amongst tight ends all time. He's a Hall of Famer in my mind. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, no-brainer. When you mention Gonzalez and Gates, like, those guys are no-brainers. I mean, in terms of how long they played, in terms of the production, like, to me, I don't even – I think some guys, there's a little bit of a debate because it's like, wow, look, it's rarefied air. It's hard to get in and all that stuff. Jason Witten, in terms of how long he did it and the level and the production, and the fact too, like, and some of these for tight ends, obviously, Gonzalez and Gates were really primarily receiving tight ends. Jason Witten was, in comparison to the three of those guys, he was much more all aspects of playing tight end.
How do you think they handle quarterbacks with Rivers, Eli, and Drew Brees all being up for it this year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you don't let Brees in the first go. I mean, just in terms of Super Bowl wins, stats, again, longevity, those types of things. I don't know how Brees doesn't make it right away. Rivers, because he never won a Super Bowl, would probably be the easiest one to, have on the outside looking in, especially when you consider, there's not a ton of people that have ever played the game that have multiple Super Bowl rings as a quarterback, which, certainly gives Eli's, case a lot of strength. I could see Eli not getting in on, the first go round, just because of probably sheer, numbers and production and things like that. I do think eventually he will be in, but my guess, to make it longer than it needed to be, I would rank them, Brees, Eli, then Phillip Rivers.
You've been on football because of your wonderful father and the career he had. Who was your favorite player growing up?
My favorite player growing up was, it kind of varied, but, for a while it was Mark Bavaro, because I think I maybe told you guys in the past, like, at the end of my dad's career, Mark Bavaro was drafted by the Giants, and really my dad was kept around by Parcells to be a mentor to Mark, and Mark actually lived with us, his rookie year. And, we were old enough because, my parents had us, early enough in my dad's playing career that, Matthew was in middle school. I think I was probably, I don't know, at least 10 years old when my dad was playing for the Giants. So we were old enough to have a sense of what was going on. So we loved Mark Bavaro. And then, I think as we started, playing quarterback, it was, at least for me at that time, it was hard not to become a big John Elway fan.
Oh, I absolutely. Also, your dad played with one of my favorite players of all time, Russ Francis, who I think one of the greatest tight. He's not going to get mentioned like, in the pantheons of the Wittens and everybody else's. But I mean, those guys, Tim, back there were just larger than life. And it was really cool to watch all these guys play and everything like that. It was football's still a special thing, but being around those guys like you were, it's like, did you ever pinch yourself like when you look back now, like, holy cow, that was really cool?
It definitely is cool as, the older we get and realize the special opportunity it was. But as a kid, you don't know anything different. Look, when my dad, you mentioned Russ Francis, my dad always spoke really highly of Russ Francis, just his ability and things like that. And so he was with him in New England. He was with Todd Christensen at the Raiders, and he was with Steve Jordan at the Vikings, and he was with Mark Bavaro at the Giants. And those are just the tight ends. Never mind the quarterbacks. And it's I think it's something now. Look, for we were getting ready to play Baylor, and Archie Manning sends me a text message, ahead of the game, obviously with his family connection to Baylor now, and so I think I look at kind of how we grew up, what we were connected to. I always joke it was Mr. Grogan, not Steve Grogan, right? And that's just kind of how we grew up, and definitely thankful for it.
I always wanted you to wear a neck roll like Steve Grogan wore, if you could go back in time.
I mean, listen, I think he chewed nails. He was so tough. But listen, I kind of laugh about it a little bit because, even with my own kids, I just feel like, when Tannehill's in town, and it's just all right, so we need to teach them, just like we would if you saw you, it would be like Mr. Dubin. It'd be like, well, this is Mr. Tannehill. This isn't, this isn't Ryan. So, right. Ben Jones has kind of ruined that just because he's just become Coach Ben for us at Ensworth.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, I think really you don't think anything of it until you look, you're, I guess, old and bald, and you're like, that was pretty cool.
Every day. Chase and I, Tim, had a great discussion yesterday about Cam Ward. We're sold on him. After what we saw Sunday when he had no help and just kept that football team in the game, we want to get your thoughts about his performance Sunday, because he had no time to throw. He was running for his life, and he was making plays. And I just think that's a warrior, and that's the kind of guy I want leading my football team.
Wait a second. So we just needed one game to be sold. That's all we needed?
Well, no, it's a collection.
Yeah,
I mean, I think my thing, and we've talked to you about this, is it's not as much about the wins and the losses. Is he getting better, and are the young guys that you've brought in to build with him getting better? And Sunday, to me, even in a loss, was an example of the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And, the numbers on the day were, respectable. And I think everybody knows that he's doing it with, not guys that you just take around the league and would be starter at all of those other places. I do think there was, against a good defense, I think there was a competitiveness and and then certainly the ability stuff that you could feel encouraged by. So I agree with you guys on that. Now, look, there's still some of the stuff that we talked about last week where it's like, okay, here comes a little sidearm throw, ball's batted down. Here's unnecessary, in terms of holding on to the football or taking a hit unnecessarily, or those things like that, I can't say that I came away being like, oh, that was a perfect game, but I think it was good. And I think there was definitely promise. I still feel like, and it's really unfortunate that this is the case, much like Trevor Lawrence's rookie year was just a complete reboot, start over in year two. I really feel like that's going to be the case for Cam Ward. And I think the thing that you maybe hope for is that when you think about Brian Callahan's tree, you think about, maybe where the next coach could come from, something being similarly aligned in terms of terminology or something like that would probably be helpful to a young quarterback.
Tim Hasselbeck is with us. We will have more with him coming up next. Chase and Big Joe on this Tuesday, 102.5 The Game. Chase a Big Joe, 102.5, the game on this Tuesday, continuing with Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst, joining us now on the program. Look, we kind of talked about teams and their playoff chances yesterday. Dallas had an exciting win, a come-from-behind win on Sunday against the Eagles. I think it's too little too late for the Cowboys, barring any kind of big help. But what do you think?
I think you're probably right, sitting there at 5-5, and I guess they got the tie too. One thing I never really have a great and a grasp on is like how helpful that tie is as you get late in the year. I just say I forget who it was a few years back. It might have been Philadelphia. When McNabb didn't know that you could end games in ties, but where those things end up helping. I do think one of the things that's interesting about them in general is that they've gotten better defensively. And, I think when you look at them defensively, like if they can hang in there and give them a chance, they can be really good on offense just because, just take this past weekend. CeeDee Lamb played terribly, but it didn't matter because they do have balance in terms of being able to run the football. George Pickens is a monster right now. And so, I think that's what's interesting. And, I'm sitting here just looking at their remaining schedule. So do we think that 9 wins with a tie would be enough?
It depends on what everybody else does. You got Green Bay, Detroit, and then Chicago. Whoever takes that division.
Yeah,
and then
I do think the Week 18 game between Chicago and Detroit will likely determine the division. And to your point about Green Bay, they've got a tie also.
Yeah.
Right. I have that.
The West is probably getting 3 teams in, right?
Yeah, potentially, but let's play this out for a second, okay? Just looking at their schedule, Week 18, the Giants. Dallas should win that game.
Yep.
They got the Commanders Week 17. That's a game they should win.
So 7-5.
They have the Chargers, who can't block anybody. They've got the Vikings. And they have 2 games coming up where it's Kansas City and Detroit. Both 2 difficult games, but they could lose their next 2, win their next 4, and maybe be in. And so I'm not ready to write them off yet, I guess is the long and short of that, because I do think that as we sit here kind of at this point, going into whatever this is, week 12, week 13, that you look at it and you go, okay, well, wow, look at them. Just take the Bears for the example. You brought them up. Their schedule is not easy going forward. You know how many teams they've beaten with a winning record?
1. Yeah.
1. And you know who it was?
Was it?
It was this weekend against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who was their starting quarterback.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph.
That's the only team with a winning record that they have beaten. So when they have a hard schedule down the stretch, which they do, and then you look at it and you go, well, wait a second, where are they going to end up? Now, they've got so many wins now, they're sitting there at 8 wins now that they're probably good. But just hear this out. Philadelphia, Green Bay, then a Cleveland Browns who, have a really good defense, Green Bay again, San Francisco 49ers, Detroit Lions. What if they only win 1 more game?
That's a good point.
That's a brutal schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. And that could certainly factor. Look, that's why you got to play the games. And the NFC, I think, is pretty intriguing right now because things are so jumbled up that, we're still not quite sure, how it's going to play out. I think if you look at the AFC, but how concerned should Buffalo fans be right now?
Yeah, I think Buffalo's not going to win the division because of, they already head to head and the team that's got to be more concerned than them is obviously Kansas City. And I think you can kind of point to those teams because of what the expectations are. At least with Baltimore and kind of the scenario that they found themselves in, they very easily win their division. They're going to at least have, 1 home game if that happens. Kansas City and Buffalo, the expectation is not, hey, you're playing on wild card weekend, and by the way, you're doing that on the road. Like, that has never been, the standard of what they expect. And look, just take Kansas City as this example. Okay, so they lose Trey Smith in the game to an ankle, so we don't really know what his health is. Rashee Rice looked like he pulled his hamstring in the game this weekend. So while they won and they're hanging in there, and they are a team that I could see getting to 9-10 wins because of what their remaining schedule looks like. Are you healthy, or are you just so banged up? And then you get in the postseason, are you so banged up? So that's look, I'm not writing them off because they're Kansas City, but yeah, it's a much different path, just like it will be for Buffalo to, not be playing in Buffalo and being on the road.
Talking to Tim Hasselbeck on the Chasing Big Joe show. Tim, in your great in your analysis, who is the best pure passer in the National Football League?
Right now?
Yes, sir.
Matthew Stafford.
That's who I thought he was going to say. I think that's a good answer.
And I'm going to ask why, but I know why.
Yeah, he sees it so well. Part of it is the experience. I think part of it is also like still where he is physically. A guy that would be high on the list would be Jared Goff. Those would be guys that I would have, very high on the list. I do think that when you look at guys like Allen or Mahomes, guys like that, I think their game is a little bit different. Not to say that they're not amazing passers. They are. But, there's so many different elements to their game that people have to defend that changes things in terms of, what you – like, no one's spying Jared Goff, I guess is, kind of where I'm going with that. And no one's spying Matthew Stafford. A lot of times people are like, look, we're playing coverage, man. Like, that's what we're doing, which is why it's important for those guys to be on teams that do have some balance to run the football. But their ability, when you are going to be passing the football, to still be able to do it at a high level is really impressive.
Your thoughts on Bryce Young? I thought last night, when he's got a little bit of time, he throws a great pass. I mean, and they're right on. I know the interception late in the game where they held the receiver, which is not really his fault. But, I mean, he just 2 years ago, everybody's like, this guy's the worst number one pick of all time. And now watching him now play, it's fun, it's exciting. And I think he's going to develop into a really good quarterback. But you know more about that than I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he can definitely play at a starter level. Like, I would agree with that. I do think that, and some of this is his size, strength and things like that, I think he'll always be a tier down from, some other guys, a little bit the way that Tua, is viewed,
right,
a little bit the way that, Kirk Cousins was probably viewed for a long time. I think that he probably, finds himself in that, in that area. And so does that mean, he's not a starter or can't play at a starter level or anything like? No, it doesn't mean that. But I do think, like, for it to go well, I think that it'll have to be really, really around him. And look, it's not a knock. I think you could say that for a lot of quarterbacks that I think are really good players. But that's definitely how I would kind of assess where he is. He's certainly not a bust, and he's certainly not, somebody that you're like, hey, we can't win with this guy. If you had to redraft things over, would he be the first overall pick? Like, I still don't think that he would be.
He is Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst, joins us every week. Tim, happy Thanksgiving to you and the family. We always appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys as well. See ya.
See ya. Tim Hasselbeck joining us on the program. Coming up next, one of our buddies, Jeff Jarrett, AEW superstar, Nashville or Hendersonville's very own, is going to join us in studio. AEW will be at the Pinnacle tomorrow night. We'll have your chance to win tickets to that, and also we'll talk to Double J coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. You'll hear this music tomorrow night at the Pinnacle. Double J, Jeff Jarrett, our favorite, our own. We claim him. Well, he's born and raised here, so of course we claim him. AW Dynamite. tomorrow at Pinnacle, we'll have some tickets to give away. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you again.
How we doing, guys?
We're
Doing
fantastic.
all right. I
Yeah,
got
we're
to
good.
just kind of tell a little story. I waited until we got on the air. You know, when we did that, that was when tickets went on sale for this event, right?
Yep.
Our socials, I had all kind of, yes, Joe, even you got pleasant feedback. No, I did. I really did. Like, hey, man, you were on. We heard you on. It was good. It was really good feedback. So I appreciate you guys having me on back then. And today, and the event is finally here at the Pinnacle. Have you guys been in the Pinnacle?
Yes,
we have.
It's awesome.
So I'm the odd one out here. I have not, and it's our first ever first ever professional wrestling show in the Pinnacle.
So it's gonna have. How can I describe this that you would get it? It's small. It's intimate.
I've heard that. I mean, of course, it's a music hall.
This is probably a stretch, but this is just the best example I can come up with.
Yeah,
a little bit ECW arena vibes, like kind of that intimate. Maybe where the first Raw was in Manhattan.
Manhattan Center.
Kind of like that. Like it's smaller.
I love that.
You're like it's gonna look awesome on TV.
I can't wait. And we're doing Dynamite and Collision, so
yeah.
Come on out, but those can turn into, you're doing 4 hours of television wrestling, so 2 live, 2 plus 2, so it can be a journey. I'll say that.
Yep.
But the who's going to be here. Continental Classic kicks off, stars from around the globe. But I'm excited. It doesn't happen very often. A guy like myself get to do a first. So I was in the last match in the old Boston Garden, so now I get to be in the first wrestling event in the Pinnacle. Yeah,
that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Who are you lacing them up against tomorrow?
TBD.
Okay,
who
TBD.
knows? Are you kidding me? It's AEW. We won't know.
You never know.
You ain't kidding, which is a good thing.
Is it weird it being in your hometown, this big event? I mean, you've done it times and times again, but it's your hometown, man.
It is. I kind of go back to, I've wrestled here. My second match of my career was at the old sports arena. So for 7 years, I was here every Saturday night. But then, when you go national and in the 8 days of Raw and Nitro, when we would do, those shows here,
right?
The comp requests come blowing in, and friends upon friends upon friends, and then through the years, and obviously we did the 2.5 years of TNA at the Asylum, but getting to perform in a hometown, there's nothing like it. So it's very, very cool. Got some special guests coming out, but it's always special. It is. And that's why for me, I'm excited to get inside that Pinnacle and just kind of see the layout. Cause for years, whether it's Bridgestone or Municipal Auditorium, whatever it may be, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And Paul McCartney just played there a few weeks ago.
I
so
heard.
Paul McCartney and on you.
Eric Church, Paul McCartney, and other opening acts have been in that place, and now they're going to get a main event, right?
There it is. I love it. Let me ask you this. My son's going tomorrow night, and all of his buddies are going.
Love it.
They can't name 3 NFL players. And I've told Chase this, but they can name 78 wrestlers. I mean, this sport keeps getting bigger. When you think it can't get bigger, this whole generation loves you and loves what's going on, man.
Joe, our friend, or I'll call our friend, Mr. Organ, he just did a feature on me.
Right.
And it's funny. I don't know if y'all compared notes. That's one of the things he just kind of said, what is about. And, I think the most simplest terms are, there's a couple of different factors. We don't have seasons, 52 weeks a year. That is one thing. Another thing is, I've been in, for better or worse, I've been in people's homes for 40 years. So other guys, but when, I'm not wearing a helmet like a Tom Brady or seasonal like basketball, but we appeal to the masses, and we have, we literally are an extension, quote unquote, playing an extension of our own personality, but we're there. People, they feel like they know us. Like people right now feel like they know Joe and Chase when they listen to you day after day after day in the car. Well, put that on television and then put that on a stage like a wrestling ring, and taking a chair or taking a guitar, just the excitement, all that. But it is, wrestling, like you just said, it's on, just think about it. We're on HBO Max. All of our content at AEW you can see in HBO Max.
Crazy.
The other guys, ESPN, Netflix, Peacock. I joked, I think, with you last time, and I don't want to get political here, but and I don't take this wrong way out there, folks, but our current president is in the same Hall of Fame that I am.
Yeah, that's true.
And I say that that is kind of where
Right.
professional. I watched Monday Night Football last night. I think there were 2 or 3 professional wrestling references. When you watch a politician now, or you watch a post-game interview or a celebration of a touchdown, whatever it may be, there's some showmanship. And as I tell my wife, and she gets frustrated, I said, honey, it all circles back to professional wrestling.
Yeah,
It does.
It's that simple.
Well, it's funny, even today at 38 years old, if we're doing an event or something, I pick up a microphone and I feel like a promo is about to come out. And like, I've been cutting promos since I was 6
kid.
years old,
Yeah.
watching you and, saying things that would get me in trouble.
That's right.
I'll never forget. We did an interview one time where we had Shawn Michaels call in. And I was so excited about it because I introed it and I said, the man that got a 6th grader Chase McCabe in trouble for doing a crotch chop. And he busted out laughing. He was like, sorry about that.
That's
but,
it.
That's what it is.
That is. And, you just mentioned kind of walkout music. Now, that's just a part of, you go to a Preds game, man, the energy that comes with the music and the hype up music, and you'll hear, wrestling themes there. Same with the baseball game or football, just the theatrics and the entertainment aspect of all major sporting events now. To me, they're pyro and music, they're all taking kind of a page out of wrestling.
When did the entrance music thing really start? Because was that WWF that did that, or was it
Well, I mean, I think my dad started doing music videos to action back in the early 80s, but in the late 70s is where it went from match to entrance music. And gosh, I don't know how many times I would get to an arena through the years when I first starting out. Here's my cassette tech. People don't even know what a cassette is, but you have the boom box and the cassette, throw your cassette in, and the ring announcer would hold the mic down to the boom box, let it play. Then you only have one feed. So the music cuts and then you do the introduction. So
who's your favorite wrestler of all time when you're growing up?
Oh God. I say this, it's an easy one for me. Jerry the King Lawler. I think his talent level is through the roof. In so many ways, there's nothing he couldn't do, but I liked him. But I think if you want to go back even further, the one that I was mesmerized, and I think in a lot of ways, I'm from it's a family business, but watching Jackie Fargo and kind of understanding at an early age, all right, this guy, strutting and making fun of the bad guys and all that.
The hair.
Just full of entertainment. But I learned later, but about year 2, I got in the business. He used to call people Pally, but he called me kid, come here. I'm going to teach you something. He said, one of the tricks of this business is get them laughing, get them crying. And if you can do the first 2, you're going to get them mad when they're beating you up. It's kind of a rhythm. Tell your kid that.
Yeah.
Get them laughing, get them crying, and then you'll get them angry.
Get them angry.
So is your strut kind of a derivative of the Fargo strut?
It's 100%. Contrary to what Ric Flair may or may not say, but I always give him a hard time. I said, Rick, you can't come close to strutting as good as Jackie Fargo. So
yeah.
He didn't ever like
well,
that.
because his was kind of Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There are no new ideas.
There is
new ways to do them.
In a lot of ways, look, I don't think Fargo created it, but there are legendary stories of Fargo up in New York and Madison Square Garden going on TV in those days and taking a cigar out and then literally taking $100 bill out, lighting the $100 bill on air and then lighting his cigar with the burning. And it was the mystique and the persona. Those stories I still like. Man, that guy had some
my dad
double S's.
my dad loved him.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid and was getting into wrestling, and so we were watching and everything, there was one night I'm in the living room and I was doing more your strut than Flair's.
Yeah.
And he goes, who is that? And I was like, it's Jeff Jarrett. And he goes, no, it's not. That's Jackie Fargo.
There
and
you go.
He started doing the Fargo strut.
That's right.
And then telling me stories about going with his little brother to the Hippodrome.
Yep.
And watching Jackie Fargo, Tojo Yamamoto. There was some manager that had a cane.
Dr. Ken Raby. Oh, no, Saul Weingroff.
Saul Weingroff, yeah.
Yeah.
And one time it was Tojo or somebody broke the cane and threw it under the ring. And just,
but to the point that Joe said earlier, somebody can vividly remember that.
Yeah.
Guys like us that talk sports, we remember. I'll be topical. The Music City Miracle,
Sure.
or Ray Allen hitting the corner three, all the different kind of sports moments. But wrestling, like I said, doesn't have seasons, and there are always those moments, and it's a 3-generation. Grandmas and grandpas can watch wrestling with their grandkids, but they remember iconic moments that may not be iconic in the sports world, but certainly iconic in professional wrestling.
Jeff Jarrett is with us. AEW Dynamite and Collision will be at the Pinnacle tomorrow night. We're going to give away a 4-pack of tickets.
AEWTix.com.
AEWTix.com. TIX, but we're going to give away a 4-pack of tickets.
Get out
right
of
now.
here.
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
I'm not buying that. I guarantee you're putting them in your back pocket, Jason. I've known you. I know the school you went. No, I'm kidding.
I already got him. Don't worry. I'm good. I'm good to go. Caller number, give me a number. What's your favorite number?
4.
Caller number 4, 615-737-1025. We'll hook you up with a 4-pack of tickets to Dynamite and Collision tomorrow at the Pinnacle. We'll have more with Double J, Jeff Jarrett coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Right on.
So lucky. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. AEW Dynamite and Collision tomorrow at the Pinnacle. AEWTix.com is how you can get your tickets and go hang out there. You'll see our guest who's in studio, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and many, many others. I like, do you like, because you did this in WCW, did this in TNA, you tape a couple of different shows at one time, like Dynamite and Collision, and then you kind of got the week done.
It is a grind. I will say this, that some of the times the unsung heroes of a professional wrestling outfit are the production folks. It'll be, yeah. But, you know, like you said, we're going to go live around the world. TBS, obviously, across coast to coast here, but HBO Max is global for 2 hours. And then as soon as that show is over, we crank right up and going to go 2 hours of collision. And so that is a for the audience. I mean, it's in a lot of ways you're getting 2 shows for the price of one, which is these days a real treat. But yeah, it does make it the holiday. You know, the kids don't have to get up and go to school to Thursday morning, so it works out. There's all kind of new challenges that come with that. But you know, as deep as our roster is, you know, I've been on many shows when you do that many tapings, guys have to work 2 or 3 times. That isn't the case tomorrow. Our roster's so deep, Continental Classics going on, so it'll be 4 hours of incredible action.
How cool is it for you that have been in this business your whole life that you're still getting to work with, you know, like Paul White shows up the other night at Full Gear, the Giant, big show. You know, you've worked with him in what, 4 different companies at this point. You know, Sting, who's been around, like still shows up. Chris Jericho. I mean, you see guys like yourself that have stood the test of time, and then you get to work with Orange Cassidy, MJF, these young guys that are the what's next for the business.
I don't take it for granted. I will definitely say that. You know, the thing that you know, Jay Lethal, my tag partner, and Sanjay Dutt, and obviously my wife Karen, and Satnam Singh, you know, our group. But there are others. The thing that is kind of cool is, you know, my music hits, and there's a rise because people have heard that music for a while. But yeah, when you're facing, I'll call it the next generation or the current generation, I don't lose sight of that. It's one of the reasons, or maybe the top reason, I stay in the gym every day. I owe it to this business. God has really blessed me with some just great health and good physical and a mindset to keep on keeping on. So I have learned at an early age that and my grandmother used to say that, young man, those folks put groceries on our table. So the wrestling business has put groceries on the Jarrett's table for since 1946. I don't lose sight of that. I really don't. I'm very appreciative of it.
What's the oddest place you've ever wrestled?
Oh man, Jerusalem on Easter Sunday,
really?
94. That was kind of odd. I could give you some small little venues, small wrestling school, and gosh, what is the name of Aberdeen, Scotland? Small venue that was cold and damp. I had food poisoning the night before, but I got to the ring. There's all, you know, Mexico. There you go, Joe. If I sit here and digest enough, I'm doing a live podcast at 5:00 today. So me and Conrad, I feel like you channeled your inner Conrad over to me today, Otis, because down in Mexico, I have, man, I wish Karen was in studio right now to get her to comment on it. Honey, we're going, and you have to have kind of extra security to get in the building. And then all of a sudden they just pull around, and there's a huge tent but outside of the arena, stadium, whatever it may be. And you're dressing inside that tent. You're expecting, okay. And then you go in there and dirt floors and it rains. Yeah, those are some tough ones.
All right. What's the coolest place you've been recognized?
Cool. I'll tell you what, here's a, I don't know. It still sticks in this day. We were with the group of guys. I was touring Australia, and I was on Bondi Beach. Have you ever been to Bondi Beach or seen pictures of Bondi Beach?
I've only been to National Shores.
Okay, there you go. Bondi Beach, enemy. It's like just, and I get just hundreds or thousands of people both ways. It's just a huge area. It's in Sydney. It's a lot, just very, very populated beach. And we're navigating our way through there. And we had to meet a guy, and we kind of took a wrong turn of a wrong turn. And all of a sudden, okay, we're in the middle of everybody. We're going through, and this guy selling adult beverages is going through, and he's screaming out, you know, whatever he was selling, and this and this and this. And he just said, "Hey, Double J," as if we were all long lost friends. And I was just like, what? And I had sunglasses on, and my hair was all slicked back. Anyway, it was funny. You had to be there, but Bondi Beach was I was nowhere, not even close to a wrestling ring.
I'd like to see your passport. I mean, is it just,
boy, those things, I've gone through a few of those. Yes. Yeah, it's got some stickers in it.
And that's the cool part of the business, is it takes you all over the world because it's a global sport.
It is. And that is, you know, India is wrestling in Pune, India was those kind of places are cool. Europe is very all kinds of interesting folks there. But when you get in the outskirts, go to Tokyo, but get on the outskirts, see the culture and the hotels. And so I kid you not, I've stayed in many a hotel room in Japan where when you stand up in the room, you see how tall I am. I'm not real tall, but I can touch one wall and touch the other wall without moving my feet. So, but yeah, all over the world, it's pretty cool that, passports they're no longer, we're getting out of that. Everything's facial recognition and no stamps. And those are a thing of the past.
Yeah. Where's one place you'd like to wrestle that you never have?
I think that one of the last frontiers is going to be South America. Brazil, the population there is through the roof. Years ago, Argentina, Colombia still has some shows, Chile. But I think South America, and I've never played ball down there, took tours to play basketball down there, but I've never wrestled there. I'd like to give that a shot. Don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be a pretty cool place.
Did you ever do one of the Saudi tours when you were with WWE?
I did not. Well, as a wrestler or a producer?
Either.
Yeah, produced. I went over there. Yeah, twice. That's a long air ride. I can tell you.
What was it about? I used to laugh because I felt like when they first started going over there, it was like we're booking Goldberg versus Hogan. We were going back to the 90s that
they
wanted to see like that, which was great, which it was nostalgic. It was fun, but I was like, I mean, what about some of these new guys?
Yeah, no, that was a cultural thing. And look, they are the buyers of the show, so you got to please the promoters. I know, I love. There's all kind of stories that float around, but one was that they requested that they wanted Yokozuna to wrestle, and they had to let them know if you could get Yokozuna here, we will. He had been passed away about 10 years, or 20 years, but no, unique places. That's always a good water cooler talk because. That's the one thing, music translates, but it's also language and all that. Professional wrestling, it translates into every culture. And that is something that I think is why it's lasted and continued to rise because our world is, we're instantly connected more and more and more and more. It's no longer, this country and that. We're all connected one way or another. And I think wrestling is kind of a universal, if you will, form of entertainment.
Oh, sure. Like, what's your day tomorrow like? You're wrestling at the Pinnacle tomorrow night, but what's your routine tomorrow?
Oh, well, wake up, quiet time with the Lord, eat my same breakfast and protein shake, go to the gym. I'll go to the gym tomorrow to at least get a little exercise, come home, aggravate Karen for about 30 minutes. No, then get ready to go down to the building. And then we have all, production days. There's, we have the VIP meet and greets. There's shop AEW commercials. Running in a lot of ways, you guys come into the studio 5 days a week. We really get to our quote unquote office one day a week or Collision another day a week. So when you get on set for production days, it can really, that's one of the things that, obviously we're in Nashville, got Music Friends. When Music Friends come out and really operate and see what we do, because those guys will go out on tour, and whether it's 20 dates or 50 dates or whatever it may be, there's a start, ending, and end, start, middle, and end. Wrestling is 52 weeks a year. So it's a grind, but it's also the way things are operated. It is a never ending churn of creating content. Again, that content is king. And that's what professional wrestling, when you really drill it down, really drill it down, that's why wrestling is so successful. We can create content, unlimited content, relatively inexpensive in today's world.
I'm disappointed that these bands on Broadway don't perform With My Baby Tonight, but we'll get them on that.
I can assure you this. Back in the day, I've had them perform With My Baby Tonight. And those good musicians, you let them hear it one time and it's amazing.
It's so
they've
good.
done it. Matter of fact, I won't tell that story.
To leave off the air. To leave on this, we were kind of talking about this off the air. The business is, as it always does, is kind of going through a transition because who's the next guy? Like, you have guys and girls, but then you have like that upper echelon that only so many people can say that they have been in. Cena's retiring in WWE. So now the opportunity is there, and it's usually a guy that transcends companies. It doesn't matter what company. It's just that they're The Rock, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, whatever. How exciting is it now, if you're a wrestling fan, to kind of be a part of that process of seeing who that next person is going to be?
I think not just a wrestling fan, inside the business, it is. I've said it over and over and over. If you listen to my podcast, come to one of my wrestling seminars, young guys come up, guys in my age bracket, we'll have conversations. Who is really going to grab it? When you look back on things, Hulk Hogan wrestled Japan and territories. He did some things that, if you really know his story, where he really grabbed the bull by the horn, so to speak. You have to give Stone Cold in that mantra. There's certain guys. Cena obviously did it. Back in the day, Sting. We could go through different names. To me, I'm watching as a fan, who's the talent that's going to grab it? Like truly grab this and saying, it's mine. Now try to take it away from me. Even if they haven't reached that, they got to believe it before it manifests. I'm going to go off into a tangent. I'm craving that guy. I don't see it. I'm waiting to see it, but it will happen. It's the nature of the business. There's a vacuum. Sting retired a couple of years ago. God rest his soul. Hogan passed away. When you just kind of see the void in the wrestling entertainment side of things, there is definitely a vacuum being created. Who's going to fill it? Who's going to grab it? I can't wait.
It's going to be fun. It's always good to see you. We're excited about tomorrow night. I know you're going to enjoy it. AEW Ticks with a X.com. AEW Ticks to the Pinnacle, and it's a Dynamite Collision. Going to be a fun night.
Right on, guys. As always, love you guys. Appreciate being
you.
on the air. See you again. AEW Ticks, TIX.com. As Freddie Miller used to say, be there.
Absolutely. He's Double J, Jeff Jarrett. We will come back with much more. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day so far. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. Appreciate Jeff Jarrett for joining us. And now we shift to the hardwood, talk a little basketball, because this is really cool. The Harlem Globetrotters are going to be in town January 31st at 2 and 7 o'clock at Bridgestone Arena, but they are celebrating their 100th anniversary of doing all the fun stuff that you have seen over the years. And we're excited to have Moose in studio with us. Moose Weeks, right?
Yes, sir.
Proud alum of the Middle Tennessee State University. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
That is right. Well, we love that because obviously we talk a lot of Blue Raiders here on the show, but thanks so much for doing this. I know you got to be excited to come to Nashville.
Oh, always. You know, I went to college out here, and it's good to see how the city's changing and growing. And, you know, every time we come to Bridgestone, it's always a party. So it's just going to be a bigger party this year.
Yeah, with 100 years of the Globetrotters, I mean, just a well-known brand. You have been with them 16, is that correct?
16 amazing years in 64 countries and counting.
That is awesome. What's your favorite part of being part of the Globetrotters?
Well, you know, it's kind of like the stuff that I've been out here doing as we're promoting our upcoming game. I was able to visit the Children's Hospital yesterday. I visited the Boys and Girls Club today, and being able to, you know, use your I don't like to say star status or whatever, but
you can say
it. Kids, you know, they look up to us, and when you are a role model, being able to impact the youth in a positive way, to help them to dream big and chase their dreams, I think that's a special thing. So
did you ever think at playing high school ball or playing at middle or whatever, that the Globetrotters would be where you would end up going?
You know, I never had that dream. I was always wanting to play basketball professionally and see the world. And, you know, I was able to achieve my dream, but in a way that I could never imagine, because there's no other professional sports job that allows you to travel and play in so many different areas, meeting so many different people, so many cultures, and then being able to immerse yourself within the crowd and connect with your fans on such a level. So that's the special thing about being a Globetrotter, and that's also a thing that I love about being a Globetrotter.
Moose is with us for the Harlem Globetrotters. I have the honor, though, Moose, of asking you the stupidest question you've ever been asked. Do you know how to spin the basketball?
I didn't think that was going to make it to the air.
Oh, that's okay. I'm pretty dumb. You're like, yeah, it's kind of what we do. I can't tell you. When we saw you out of the car, the excitement that Chase and I had when we looked out there and saw the uniform. I mean, it's just, we got so excited. But you get to see that around the world. How cool is that?
Well, you know, sometimes you get different reactions. Sometimes people are excited to see you. Sometimes people are scared because, you know, they might be busy and, you know, doing what they're doing. Just like when I was in North Korea, this lady had a whole big stack of papers, and she was just had her head down. She turned around the corner, and here was this 6'8" black man with a huge set of hair and a bright red Harlem Globetrotter jumpsuit. She jumps, screams, throws all the papers in the air. And then when they fell on the floor, she kind of scooted back, and I tried to reach down and help her to pick them up.
Oh, my goodness. So, by the way, the confetti trick with, I think it's water, and you throw them, that thing is timeless, right? I mean, that thing's been funny for 50 years, 100 years.
100 years. That's right. Yeah. That's our water ream. You know, you never know exactly when that water is going to come.
Right.
You know, we try to switch it up some to you know, continue to keep the fans that have been to a Globetrotter game.
Sure.
You know, just keep them on their toes.
Are there shots that you guys make, you're like, damn, like, I didn't think you were going to make that, and they made that? I mean, that's got to be every night, right?
Well, I expect to make every shot I shoot.
Well, sure, of course you're.
But you know, sometimes you know, you might think, oh, I put a little too much on it. Well, I shoot my trick shot before the game. I don't even look at the goal. So, and I'm shooting off the back of my offhand, left hand. So, sometimes I can't hear the sound it makes when so the sound is what kind of tells me which way to go.
Right.
And if I can't hear it, and then I hear the crowd. I'm like, oh. But my teammates, they pranked me because they know I'm blind. So, I shoot it. I missed it. I think I might have airballed it. And everybody came in there celebrating. And then they let me do my whole victory dance celebration. And then I'm looking at my coach. He's like, no. I didn't go in. I was like,
oh, that's great, man.
These guys mess with you. So on January 31st, who will the Globetrotters play? Is it?
It's going to be our longtime
The Washington
rival
Generals?
and nemesis, the Washington
Let's
Generals.
go. Let's go. And you are undefeated against them, I would assume?
Listen, I am undefeated as a Globetrotter.
Well, very nice.
I don't even remember the last time I lost in rock, paper, scissors.
That is even better. So again, you can go to harlemglobetrotters.com to get tickets to either of those events. Do you feel in these 16 years that you've had to like reinvent yourself as you go along? Or evolve, maybe is the best way to put it.
Well, it's kind of a part of our identity, as Globetrotters. We have been innovators of the game of basketball, and to be able to stay thriving in 100 years, we've always got to challenge ourselves to come up with new ideas, new tricks, new shots. We might have traditional reams or those are our skits and things that we do while we're playing that the fans have loved. But some people say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we also like to try to one up ourselves.
Sure. And do new things.
Yeah.
Is it kind of fun when you see like in the NBA, you see some guys trying to emulate what you guys are doing?
Man, you never know when you're gonna just turn on Sports Center and hear Sweet Georgia Brown playing. Sometimes it's for when somebody's doing something good. Sometimes it's when they're
doing something bad.
Yeah. But we impacted the game in such a way, and we have cool relationships with some of the NBA players and teams and stuff. So we see Steph Curry always shooting this trick shot from the tunnel, and then we come and play there, and we've got some of our teammates that Steph did it, so I'm going to do it.
Right.
And then somebody shoots that shot walking off the court and goes in. Oh, everybody's going crazy. So I love it. I love it.
You guys have a training camp?
Oh, actually, we have training camp December 1st. Everybody's coming into Atlanta on December 1st, and then we got training camp.
How long does that last?
It's very short this go round because as you know, we're celebrating our 100th year.
That's right.
And we've got a big party going on up at MSG. So we're getting ready and getting everybody prepared not only for that game, but to go out and thrill the fans.
Oh, that's just so cool. Well, we're talking to Moose for the Harlem Globetrotters. Let me ask you this. Do you wear that in the airport?
Absolutely not.
No?
No way.
I would wear that everywhere. I'm telling you, we got giddy when we saw you get out of the car because the iconic colors, man.
And I love it. I'm sorry that y'all at home, I don't think you can see how good I look right now. But let me tell you, boy, I'm color coordinated. I match my basketball, my wristbands, headbands, and shoes.
It looks great.
Thank you. But I don't want to draw that much attention when I'm traveling through the airport because you got to think sometimes we might have to catch a flight early in the morning and just played. It could have been a doubleheader day the day before.
Right.
Got to get up early to go to the airport just because we have so much equipment because we're a traveling show. We got everything with us, and we're traveling to each city, each country with all our stuff. And so, it's 5 a.m. We're in the airport. Some people are just standing there asleep on their feet.
Right. Yeah, I've been there.
Some people might have had a little too much fun the night before.
Well, that's always.
When the smoke clears, we got to come out and thrill the fans. So trying to keep a low profile is hard for me to do.
You're a better man than I, because I'd be decked out nonstop wearing that,
spinning the ball the
right.
whole time.
What do you Middle Tennessee State? You played basketball there. What's your favorite memory of MTSU?
I would say, well, I've got two.
Okay.
One was it was a fast break, and I didn't want to give the ball up because I was like, man, if you don't throw this ball up, we're gonna have a problem. And Fats Collier was the guard that I was on the break with, and I waited, I passed it to him, and it was just so perfect. Everything moved in slow motion, and he threw the lob, and I caught it with two hands, brought it back with one, and the guy, he was realizing that he had made a mistake in the air, and then it was like I felt his face touch my chest, and I dunked it so hard, my hand hurt like crazy, but I was screaming, the crowd went crazy, and then I saw it on the front page the next day.
Oh, yes.
And then the other one, we had like Operation Full House. So we packed out the Murphy Center with like almost 12,000 people.
Uh-huh.
And we were playing Western Kentucky, and I broke the school record for the most block shots. And they only recorded me at 8, but I had 11 blocks. If you go back and check the tape, it's there.
We're gonna go back and check it.
We
They
will
should have
look
given
at
you
it.
11.
Hey,
That's
We will-
ridiculous back then.
What was it like playing for Coach Kermit Davis? Because he's one of our favorites.
you know, Coach Davis, you know, he is a tough coach, a very tough coach, but when it comes to his preparation and how prepared you are to get on that court, it's always effective. But we battled in practice. It was tough.
He didn't mess around. I know that much.
What was it like watching your Blue Raiders knock off Michigan State years later? It had to be fun.
Oh, that was a beautiful thing. You know, we beat each other up so much during the season that, you know, practice was so much harder than the games.
Right.
Oh my goodness. And if we just didn't practice one day, maybe I would have felt like, you know, Superman. But boy, oh boy. I think seeing us in the tournament was like, man, how much has changed over there?
Right.
Because I'm seeing guys wearing Jordans and this and that. Everybody's got different shoes. Like the things that y'all are looking at is different from what I'm looking at. Because
Sure.
like we all had to wear Reeboks. These shoes were so heavy and it was uncomfortable. And just like, oh man, y'all can play for Coach Davis and Kermit let y'all wear J's. Y'all wear Jordans. Oh man, y'all got some flavor going on over here. But I think he evolved as a coach, and you know he's just a great coach. I think, you know,
Good man.
That is awesome. Moose Weeks is with us again. You can go to harlemglobetrotters.com for tickets. January 31st, Bridgestone Arena, the 100th anniversary of the Harlem Globetrotters. Moose, thanks so much for doing this. It's a lot of fun to hang out with you.
Well, thank you for having me. And I just want to reiterate, this is an anniversary, but it is a party. I came to party. This is a party suit that you have right here before you. Okay, so my teammates, we're going to be pumped. We've got a lot of surprises for everybody being our 100th year celebration. Yeah. So I hope to see everybody there.
Oh, it is going to be awesome. Thanks, man. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Well, and more coming. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, welcome back into the Chase and Big Joe show here on 102.5 The Game. Many thanks to Jeff Jarrett and then Moose from the Harlem Globetrotters for coming by and hanging out with us. And I'm telling you, Chase, I would wear that outfit everywhere I went. It's iconic, man. That is like he popped out of the car. I'm like, holy cow, look at that. Iconic outfit with the Globetrotters. Go see them when they come here January 31st. It's always fun. I've seen them a dozen times. It's funnier and funnier each time you see them, and it's really cool.
You got a picture of or in a video of him spinning the ball and put it on your finger, which I have never seen you that giddy before. But
Right?
You were like so excited.
After the question I asked him to start off the interview, I was like, do you know how to spin the ball? He's like, it's kind of what we do. I was like, oh, okay, good question there, Joe. Really earned that journalism degree from Middle Tennessee State.
You're not a Murrow winner for nothing.
That's right, pal.
2 times.
Probably not.
Murrow winner. He actually is.
You know what could have been done when he's spinning the ball? He sounded like, wow, how are you holding your hands like that?
Why are you holding your hands like that? I'm trying to get a question. Well, then ask the question. No, I'm just saying, like, you look ridiculous.
I love that.
He's taking that team to the Super Bowl. He's taking that.
Oh, I think so.
Vrabel's taking that team. I mean, they're 10-2. Where's Super Bowl this year? Is it San Francisco? Is that where it is? He's taking that team to the Super Bowl. And
can you imagine him winning the Super Bowl the first year with New England?
I'd love
they didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Right.
He takes them. Let's just say they win out, so they're 15-2 and win the Super Bowl.
That'd be crazy. Amy's got her voodoo doll out, poking it with everything. Make sure he doesn't.
She would. I mean, she would know. She will fire someone just because she's pissed off.
Right.
Is it possible for Mike Vrabel to do like an honorary Super Bowl parade in Nashville?
Just to troll them.
Just to troll.
But he'll do it down Great Circle Road.
Running back and forth. All right. I think he doesn't even think about the Titans. I believe he's that hard-headed that he's like, I got other stuff to do.
I can tell you what I would do because I'm petty, and I've admitted this on the show. If I'm him, win the Super Bowl, I would have a picture of me and Bob Kraft holding the Lombardi Trophy, and I would write to Amy, thanks, and send it to her.
Yeah, but he would.
He won't, but I would do it because that is such an FU.
You should have on the picture. It says collaboration underneath. Just send it.
Oh, that's good. That is even better. But we're petty, though. I mean, that's what. That's
why he is where he is, and why we are where we are.
Exactly. But that would just be that would be hilarious. Speaking of the Titans, they have signed Chandler Brewer to the practice squad from MTSU.
Oh, okay.
And
nice.
They have released Christian Wilkerson. So
don't know who that is, but sorry that he got waived.
But I saw the name Chandler Brewer, and I'm like, I know that name. So
it's glad it wasn't Aaron Brewer.
Yeah, well, he's tougher than a $2 steak. Or who is that he said that about? That wasn't Aaron Brewer.
Was that Jack Gibbons?
No, it was another O-lineman.
It was the former center.
So Aaron Brewer. It was
Aaron Brewer.
Okay, so it was Aaron Brewer. All right.
Can he play? No.
It was. He said that about Aaron Brewer.
Yeah, he's tougher than a $2 steak.
Yeah, they went to Miami. Remember?
Yeah, right. Got like a 2-year, 3-year. They got cut eventually, but he was like 6'2", 260. I mean, that goes back like Mark Stepnoski when he played for the Titans Oilers was like that size, but his technique was so good. Now, if you see a center 6'2", 260, like what? That's like a fullback or a quarterback for the most part, not a center.
That's funny. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We'll have more coming next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. You know, we spent a lot of time talking about mental health on our show in the last couple of years. We're so grateful for all the men who've reached out to us in these last 2 years, but we got a lot of work to do. We're not going to rest telling you how much better our world is because you are here. You got so much to live for. But unfortunately, we've all been affected by a friend or loved one who has suffered from depression, is no longer with us. But that's why we've partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care, just a fantastic place right here in Middle Tennessee for you to get well and it works, and we're with you, and we're on your team. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show, and there will be a link to Unity Psychiatric Care. So many have reached out to us. Now we have a partner that truly cares about you. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone. It's private, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth. No one has to know you go. We just need you to go. And yes, they're based right here in Middle Tennessee. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002. That's 1-888-508-8002. Also, listen to this. If you have a loved one who needs to talk and you are worried, you could be that person that changes their world. Just go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe Show tab, and you'll see all the information for Unity Psychiatric Care. Listen, help is just around the corner, and I tell you all the time, you don't have to go through any of this alone.
Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game, here on this Tuesday.
So we're getting a little. Ricky says on our text line, Brewer did not get waived nor released. He's a starting center for the Dolphins. Has played surprisingly well too. Actually, the fourth best center per PFF. I don't do nerd stats, and the best run blocking center in the league per PFF.
Hey, Ricky, thanks for listening. I was talking about Chandler Brewer, not Aaron Brewer.
No, but I said Brewer. I thought Brewer got released by the. I said that by the Dolphins.
Did you?
I thought he did.
Sorry.
I guess not. Right?
I guess not.
Yeah.
I keep looking at you, Dr. Crane.
You're thinking, are you thinking of, you are thinking of Nate Davis?
No, I'm thinking of Aaron Brewer, who got cut center and went to the Dolphins. He was terrible.
No.
And now he's still good for him.
Yeah, I guess he's still there. But no, I was talking about Chandler Brewer that they signed.
Yeah.
To the practice squad.
Yeah, Aaron Brewer was.
Think about David Long, because he was in Miami for a short time.
No, it's the damn center. They got cut.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah. Back off. Good for him. He's still undrafted, 6'1", 290. When here he was like 6'2", 265, but good for him. I'm all about success. He started playing well down there. I must have just thought it was somebody else.
It's okay.
He wasn't good here, but I think he was not very good here at all. And then got drafted. And then did they cut him? How did he get released from here?
Was he a free agent? I think he was a free agent.
Yes.
I think it was just on a 1-year deal.
Jones. He started all 17 games in 23, then goes to the Dolphins and started all 17 games. Good for him. I stand corrected there, Richard. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's okay.
Good.
We appreciate our listeners to call us out.
Call me out when I'm wrong.
When we're wrong. So
He spends one basketball, folks, and his opinions change immediately.
I have seriously not seen you get that giddy.
Do you know how to spin a basketball
No,
with a finger?
no,
Yeah, I don't either.
I've never been. I can barely dribble one. So.
Right. And that dude's sitting there spinning, and then thank you for the video, Dr. Crane. But yeah, I mean, I had a Harlem Globetrotter spin a basketball on my finger.
So I'll tell you a funny story from Chase in high school. We all know I'm not very athletic, and
no, do we know that?
Yeah, we know that.
Okay.
It's well known. So I was the manager. We're in basketball practice, and there was a guy on our team that he could dribble in between his legs and like do the around the back. And I mean, he was just, could do anything with that. And so I'm standing there and like watching, and I'm like, oh, I can do this. And so I'm trying to dribble in between,
right,
in between my legs, and I bounce it, and I nailed myself right in the
cojones?
in the no-nos. And the whole team is in tears because I literally, and it was hard too. I bounced the ball down. It bounced right up. I was in the fetal position, and coach just walks over and laughing. It kind of has this grin on his face, his arms crossed, goes, bet you won't do that again.
Right. Good Lord. It's one of the worst pains in the world.
Oh, it's awful. It was terrible. So that's just when we kind of knew that, or I already knew it was just in furthering the point of you're meant to talk about sports, not play them.
Not play sports. I get it, man.
It's all good. But kind of back to our earlier discussion, the show has flown by the way. The modern era player semifinalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Quarterbacks are Drew Brees, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers. Running backs, Frank Gore, Fred Taylor. Wide receivers, Larry Fitzgerald, Torrey Holt, Steve Smith, Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne. Tight end, Jason Witten. Offensive lineman, Willie Anderson, Lomas Brown, Jari Evans, Richmond Webb, Steve Wyshynski, and Marshall Yonda. And then on defense, DBs, Rodney Harrison, Earl Thomas, Darren Woodson. Linebackers, Luke Kuechly, Terrell Suggs, and defensive lineman Robert Mathis, Vince Wilfork, and Kevin Williams. Mathis was pretty good, but I don't know.
Not Hall of
Fame
Famer.
Good.
Stop telling these guys are Hall of Famers. They're not. They're good players. They're not Hall of Fame. It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of, you're pretty damn good for a few years. They put so many guys in that really I don't think belong. Give me Breeze, give me Witten, give me Frank Gore. Those guys belong. All
right, so Breeze, Frank Gore, Fitzgerald.
And I hate Witten. Kickers, but Vinatieri deserves to get in the Hall of Fame. Can't stand kickers or punters. But
he's the best.
Pretty good. I mean, he's made a lot of clutch.
He's not
kicks.
pretty good. He's the best. He's the best kicker of all time.
I mean, he won the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl for the Patriots. They won with Brady. The second one, they beat the Panthers. Made the field goal against the.
Did he win with Indy, or was that Vanderjack?
He was there at Indy when they won in 06. Yeah. Because you got this drunk kicker goes on TV.
Liquored up kicker.
Liquored up, dumb idiot, liquored up kicker goes on TV, and I gotta sit here and defend him. And then what happened to Vanderjack? Gone.
He went to the Cowboys for a year. It was gone.
Peyton's like, man, I'm sure he ain't gonna play here and that nonsense.
I told Tony Dungy to get rid of him now.
Oh yeah, that's even worse than mine. But that's funny. I said, Tony, just that guy liquored up kicker on TV, man. That was a funny thing because that was during the Pro Bowl and he said that.
Yep.
And the interview on the sideline, he's like, we got this liquored up kicker, goes on TV, running his mouth, and on and on and on, man. So good.
All right, we've been waiting. We have not heard from him at all this week. Here is Trey. Hi, Trey. What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, I told y'all I wouldn't call and complain if he did what I asked him to do, Cam Ward. throw 250 yards and score a couple touchdowns, I told y'all I wasn't gonna complain no more. And he started running. That was a good thing because we was getting on his backside about not running. I think he listened to the show. Really, I really do.
He probably
But
does.
He probably all of them do. Trust me, because we was complaining about them not putting Restrepo in, and what happened? They put Restrepo in. So that's besides the point. They listen to the show. But I want to ask y'all: if Shedeur Sanders don't get pulled and he play against Cam Ward, who you think would go in there and win that game? I know our offensive line is booty. Tony Pollard is trash, basically. But who you think would win that game? And I'll leave y'all alone, and I appreciate y'all. I'll start calling back on a regular basis once he start messing up. I love y'all.
Thank you, Trey. Appreciate it.
I'm going to wait game week and discuss that because I don't know. I think when Dylan Gabriel comes back that Stefanski might put Gabriel back in. I don't know. I hope he doesn't. Put him back in there.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't either. So, I don't know. Shedeur Sanders versus Cam Ward. I don't know. I guess.
Well, I mean, let's do that.
They're both bad. Yeah, right. They do play. That's right. They're both bad. I'd probably give the slight edge to the Browns
because they're playing up there. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why everybody's against Shedeur being successful. If he's successful, good for him.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're arrogant, and I don't care. Most of these quarterbacks are arrogant. I wish him all the success in the world. Browns fans should love this. He comes in and successful. They won the game. I've got no problem with Shedeur Sanders. I don't care at all.
He doesn't have a problem with you. So, and yeah, Shedeur Sanders. By the way, all right. Ricky keeps correcting you. He says y'all are off today. This ain't a y'all here, because I was about to say that too. Sanders is a starter. Like, he's been named the starter.
Yeah,
the rest of the year.
Right.
So we know that because he just said Gabriel is back. Sanders named the starter. We know that.
Yeah.
And yes, it's a holiday week, man. We're just get me to the turkey. That's where we're ready to go. Good stuff for sure.
Great stuff.
Good stuff. Coming up next.
Just go to break.
Yeah. Why did you say is Dylan Gabriel taking the job? Who said that?
No. I said it's when Dylan Gabriel was in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So Shedeur is the starting quarterback right now. But when he comes back, I don't know if they're going to.
No, the Browns have named Shedeur Sanders the supreme starter for the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. All right.
Yeah. That's what people are saying. Like, he's been named the starter.
Good. All the success. Hope he makes the Pro Bowl. I just don't know why everybody hates him.
Go spin a ball, Joe.
I don't know. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, guys, Big Joe here. Look, I tell you all the time that where you live should be perfect. If you're looking to upgrade where you're living, you'll love this. I'm going to tell you about City Limits Apartments homes nestled perfectly between Spring Hill and Columbia. Wouldn't it be great to live in a place where modern sophistication meets unsurpassed features and resort amenities? Heck yeah, it would. What City Limits Apartments, modern luxury living down there between Spring Hill and Columbia, offering 1, 2, or 3 bedroom apartments. You'll feel as if you're living at a resort. And you know what? You deserve that. The website, liveatcitylimits.com. Live at citylimits.com for more. If you lease now, you get 2 months free. Plus, if you lease now, you get a holiday special. That's right, a holiday special, 2 months free. The amenities are on another incredible level, and I invite you to see for yourself because you will love it. The website again, liveatcitylimits.com. I tell you all the time, your life is hectic, your job is hectic, your world is hectic. Where you live should be perfect at City Limits Apartment Homes, modern luxury living between Spring Hill and Columbia. That is perfect. Seriously, go check out the website. 2 months free. The amenities are amazing. The website, liveatcitylimits.com. Live at citylimits.com. Welcome home.
Hey, come out and root on Vanderbilt football this Saturday with 102.5 The Game at Germantown Pub, 708 Monroe Street in Nashville, starting at 2 o'clock. You can win great prizes and cheer for Vanderbilt as they take on Tennessee this Saturday at Germantown Pub. Going to be fun. And again, you can hear that on both 94.9 The Fan and 102.5 The Game up until Predators coverage on Saturday. So looking forward to that. Gonna be neat. Gonna be a really big shoe. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right, first on the list we have Blase Day. So let's see.
I'm feeling a little blasé today.
You sure it's not Blouse Day?
Whatever. Blouse, Blaze.
It's Blase.
Yeah, don't question my English, Joe. Thank you. Day of the Covenant. That's not of any particular religion that I know of. International Day of Elimination of Violence Against Women. So always celebrating that.
We need to get rid of that. That's good.
National Eat with a Friend Day. Oh, okay. You compare that with a parfait. So today's National Parfait Day.
Nice.
And, Black Friday's on the horizon. Shopping Reminder Day. So there you go.
That's all we got? Could you not make up a few more?
I mean, I can if you want me to.
No, I don't. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Get these within 2. Here we go. Dr. Crane, you get to go first. Dr. Crane, how old is Joe Gibbs today?
I'm going to go 58. Like I'm an old man, Joe Gibbs?
Bless your heart.
No, the young Joe Gibbs lives in Bordeaux.
84.
No.
Too late now.
Coach Gibbs is 81.
85. Chase, how old is Bucky Dent? Former New York Yankee, Bucky Dent.
76.
70?
74. Chase up 1-0. Dr. Crane, how old is Bernie Kosar?
73.
68.
62. He just had a liver transplant last week, and word is he's doing well.
Yeah, that's good news.
Well, for that. All right, Chase, how old is Chris Carter?
Come on, man. Chris Carter is 58.
59.
60.
Nice.
Tied at 1. Dr. Crane, how old is Donovan McNabb? Who is a trivia question in Tennessee Titans history. We'll talk later about that. How old's Donovan McNabb?
54.
53.
49. Chase, how old is Ben Stein? Bueller.
77.
74.
81.
Dang.
Dr. Crane, how old's John Larroquette? Who was in Stripes, Night Court, Blind Date, bunch of things.
77.
He was on a very good episode of House as well. He is 74.
78. Dr. Crane's up 2-1. Chase, how old is Amy Grant?
She's a friend of the show because Vince is a friend of the show.
Bingo.
So, Amy Grant is 62.
59.
65.
Wow.
She does not look anywhere
No,
near
she doesn't.
65. Dr. Crane, how old is Christina Applegate? Kelly Bundy. She also has another name in Anchorman, which I cannot repeat on the air.
Let's see. She's got to be in her mid 50s. I'm going to go 56.
55.
54. We're tied at 2. Chase, how old is Joey Chestnut?
44.
Chestnut is 39.
42. Chase up 3-2. All right, Dr. Crane, how old is my gosh, I don't know any of these people. How old is Dancing with the Stars judge Bruno Tognoli?
Bruno Tognoli is 63.
62.
He's 70. Our last birthday is there's a guy, the guitar player for Sugar Ray. His birthday's today.
That's funny.
We're not going to bring him up though. How old is? Let's find somebody we all know here. Oh my goodness! All right, last one. Chase, how old is contemporary Christian singer Jamie Grace?
44.
53.
34. With that, Chase wins 3-2.
All right.
You guys had all these great birthdays. By the way, Donovan McNabb, his lore in Tennessee Titans history, he was the quarterback the day Vince Young threw his shoulder pads in the stands in October of 2010, because Donovan McNabb was the quarterback for the then Washington Redskins. One of the most craziest, bizarre days, might be the craziest, most bizarre day ever happened at the soon-to-be old Nissan Stadium.
Well, there's one other birthday. A happy birthday to Predators host Lindsay Rowley.
How old is she?
26 is what I was told to tell.
26. Not bad. Happy birthday, Lindsay.
Yep. Happy birthday for sure. As they head to Detroit.
Faux show.
Been a fun show. It was a fast show.
It is.
It was a fast show. We'll be back tomorrow. Vanderbilt basketball playing Western Kentucky. With starting coverage around 10:30, so we'll be on sometime in the 1 o'clock hour, probably.
Yeah, and Tennessee Tech head football coach will join us tomorrow too at 2.
Nice.
They get ready to host the playoff game on Saturday up in Cookeville. That's in Putnam County, man. You and I, as we leave the show every day, listen, we are extremely grateful for you guys, especially for all the men who've reached out to us the last couple of years. We talk all the time about mental health. We're never going to stop talking about it because we tell you all the time how better our world is because you are here. And again, so grateful. Reach out to us anytime that you need to talk. Please, please, please. We're here for you. We love you so much and know that we love you. And more importantly, more than anything else on this world, God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD coming your way next. Barry Trotz will join them at 5 o'clock today. That is all ahead on 102.5 The Game.